Do you have a dirty little secret? Welcome to the club.
And you're all invited.
The first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
We're handing out memberships, free of charge.
Step up to the VIP line and let Dayna and Brimstone take you on a weekly ride of secrets and debauchery.
Now buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get heated on the Dirty Little Secrets Club. Hey, everybody, what's going on? Welcome to another edition of the Dirty Little Secrets Club. We are your hosts.
I'm Dayna Pereira.
And this is Brimstone. It's going to be an awesome episode. However, I am going to have a couple of words with you, young lady, because somebody decided, oh, I think I'm going to keep the dog. You foster failed yet again.
I did foster fail. Actually, I think he's my first foster fail, though. Mildred wasn't really a foster fail as much as she was. Well, she was a foster, but I didn't fail on her. She just was old, and we just ended up being like a hospice situation for her.
Right.
So President Snow is my first foster fail. It like got to a point. Here's the thing. I would love to take full credit for foster failing on President Snow.
Oh, so you're going to take full credit on it, or you're not going to take full credit?
I am not.
Really?
Because the reason that I foster failed is because my husband kept making little remarks here and there that told me that he wanted me to press the issue. Really? Every now and again, he would make a remark about how much he loved him, or he would be cuddling on the couch with him. And then on Saturday, I forget what he said exactly, but he said it. And I was like, oh, that's my cue. He really wants me to press this issue so that he can be the one that's like, no, okay. So that's what I did. First time I was like, so are we keeping him? And he was like, no. I'm like, okay. So I waited, a half an hour. And then I was like, how about now? Are we keeping him? And he's like, no. So anyways, after about 3 hours of me waiting a little bit and then making another remark about keeping him, he was like, I guess, like, and I was like, I knew it. I'm texting the girl at Mutt Scouts right now, and I'm telling her that we're keeping it.
Funny.
It was my husband, and he will deny it, I'm sure, but he was giving all the flags, all the green lights, telling me that he wanted me to press the issue.
Meanwhile, he's the one that came home with Frank, right? Wasn't it Frank that he came home with?
Leo. He came home with Leo.
Came home with Leo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, see, you have these big dogs now. and now you got another little one.
Leo could swallow President Snow in like one gulp.
And that would scare the crap out of me all the goddamn time. What do you call it? And I mean, you know, there's what is that, like six?
I currently have 6 dogs in my care. But 5 of them stay.
Foster. Yeah.
Yes, one of the Canoodle is still a foster. Who will be available probably by the time this episode airs. So if you're in SoCal and you want a cute little puppy that I cuddle with every night, then Canoodle's your girl.
There you go. You're gonna canoodle with Canoodle. What do you
That's
call
right.
it? I mean, listen, President Snow is absolutely adorable. Such a tiny little pup. And I like big dogs, but I prefer small dogs. Small dogs, smaller mess. What do you call it? Bigger mouths usually, but smaller mess. And what do you call it? You could take them with you.
Yes.
I would love to take Jasper with me all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he's small and that's it. You take him, you go. And with a big dog, you just can't do that.
Yeah. Well, President Snow is like a quarter of a dog. He's probably like 1/20th of Leo's size. And so he will be my dog that I take places, because Penny has no interest. She's like, fucking leave me alone. Lucy has no interest. She will bark at every single person nonstop until she passes out. So she's like, no, thank you. And I'm like, all right, President Snow is currently 9 weeks old. So once he gets his shots and stuff like that, that it's safe to take him out into public, Although right now he's tiny enough that I can just carry him, so I can still take him. I just can't put him down on the ground to walk around because, other dogs and diseases and stuff like that.
But he's the kind that you can just put in your bag. That's the thing. And I don't think he's gonna get much bigger than that. I mean,
No, I think maybe 10 pounds
Danielle,
max.
I told Danielle that you were gonna absolutely be what do you call it, doing this. I was like, I guarantee you that this is what's happening, and but like you can get the little tiny little purses that you put the dog into, and it'll be perfectly fine because you hook it into the into the collar.
Listen, I have a sling, I have a backpack, and I have
5 million photos,
like a baby carrier thing. Yes, I have a 5 gazillion photos of him. I have all the things, and he will be coming with me.
And let us just say, you got off really easy on this one too, because that dog, if you were to purchase that dog, would have cost a ridiculous amount of money.
Probably, yeah.
Just to buy, not to. Obviously, we want people to adopt dogs.
Yes,
but,
please adopt. Please adopt.
It's just crazy because those. What is he, a Chihuahua? He's Chihuahua.
Yeah, he's a Chihuahua. Well, it's interesting too because last week I'm all about but no, it's nice to love them and let them go because then I can still foster. And now the girl that I work with at Mutt Scouts was like, does this mean that I lose you as a foster? And I'm like, nah, I'll still foster.
That's so funny. That's so funny. I mean, yeah, and you can only foster one at a time, right?
Well, I have 2 that, President Snow and Canoodle were fostered, but they're little, so it makes it really easy. I have a whole puppy playroom. My game room when you first walk into my house?
I know.
I've gated it off, completely converted it into the puppy playroom, and they just run around, and I keep the door open so they run out into the courtyard and play in the courtyard, and then they run back in the house, and they have so much room, so much space, so much they can just run and play, and they're super happy. And I'm like, see, if I keep fostering little dogs, I could foster 12 of them. It would be fine.
Meanwhile, I still love the fact that you have a courtyard, by the way. I still love that courtyard. Yeah, I'd be grilling out there. Hanging out there. That's a cool spot.
We used to hang out there, but now it's, the puppy dogs. Potty place. So it doesn't smell great in the courtyard anymore.
Oh, well, it's so much easier there because, outside where you are, if you didn't have that area, it would be impossible because the what is it, hawks and stuff out there.
There's hawks, there's coyotes. Yeah, it would be really hard because they're little targets, right, for wildlife.
Right. It's crazy. I get worried, and Jasper is heavy, and he's a bigger little dog, but you get concerned. Like we have hawks in the back, flying around here and there now, which hadn't been the case for a while. They come and they go, but by you, that's normal.
Yeah, I'm on a canyon, so there's a ton of wildlife right outside my back door.
You got the Sasquatch out there.
Yep, love me a Sasquatch.
Just make sure you don't have any of that beef jerky out there. You'll be okay. So, you want to get started?
I would love to.
Okie dokie, Smokey, you're up.
All right. This one says, you've probably heard stuff like this before, but I am full on covering for my boss as he's cheating on his wife.
Oh my goodness.
For 2 reasons. 1, his wife is an emasculating, cold-hearted bitch.
Oofa.
And 2, it's great job security. I basically work for myself as long as I handle the wife and keep my mouth shut.
Wow. Okay. I don't even know how to handle this. What's your take on it? I'm going to let you take it first.
Well, I mean, it's perspective, I guess. He sees this person as somebody that is not good to his boss, I suppose. So he doesn't have any guilt about his boss cheating. Although,
how do you know this is a he?
I don't. You're right. It could be
It could be a she.
Well, he said his wife. His wife is an emasculator, so that's
but the guy who you're talking about is it a guy or a girl?
Oh, don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Were you? Or you're assuming that the boss is
The
the
boss
boss
is a dude for
is a
sure.
dude, definitely
Yeah.
for sure. But I thought you meant that the person whose job it is who wrote that
Oh, yeah, that I
was
don't know.
okay.
But um I mean, who knows what goes on behind closed doors? You don't know why she might have been cold or um it's supposedly emasculating. I'm not sure what all went into that. But I mean, hey, if you're like, hey, boss, I slept in an hour today and I'm gonna come in when I feel like it. And he's like, yep, whatever you want. Like
Yeah.
that's not a bad job description.
No, not bad. I had like a little raise today.
Uh-huh.
What? Well, you're getting a raise. I think I should too.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
oh
it's only
snap.
fair.
It's only, I mean, it's only fair. Come on
Uh,
now. Yeah, like, I look, I guess essentially it's none of his or her business. And what are they gonna do? You know what I mean? Like,
my favorite phrase, not my circus, not my monkeys. You're like,
there you
man,
go.
I'm just gonna stay back here, keep my mouth shut, and work my pretty much dream job if you basically get to work for yourself. But
Yeah,
yeah, works out. Good for you, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
Not good for the wife.
No, no, no. Oh, I wouldn't want to be, there working if when she comes to see him for lunch or something
Right. Like, what do
when
you
he's
do? Do
already
you have
having dessert.
a safe word for your.
That's not no good, no good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. But what do you call it? Again, the emasculating thing is whether that's very wrong. But what do you call it? You don't know what's going on. You really
Yeah,
don't know what's going on.
exactly.
So,
Mm-hmm.
should we move on to the next one?
Let us move on.
Okay. Lettuce and tomato. Uh, all right. So the next writer says, my husband says he no longer enjoys sex with me after some medical issues caused some weight gain. It's nothing I can control. I need the meds. I feel broken. Wow.
That's so sad.
Then the guy didn't love you and you should move on because,
You
you
deserve
know,
so much better. That is fucked
yeah,
up.
that's just wrong. That's wrong. If he loved you before and he found you sexy before, then he should find you sexy, 10, 20 pounds heavier, 30 pounds heavier, 40 pounds heavier. I think that it's a disgusting thing when people have that. I mean, you might not necessarily be thrilled with it, but the person that you got with and the person you married or you've been in a relationship, it's still the same person. And it goes the same
Yeah.
way the other way around. You know what I mean? If they were
Like,
heavier
was the
and then
only
they
reason
lost
you
weight.
loved them tits and ass? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Well, but people are very much um I hate to say uh what's the word I'm looking for?
Shallow?
Very shallow, like very shallow. There are a lot of people, like I know some people that, what do you call it, that they're only interested in looks,
Mm-hmm.
and that gets you nowhere. What kind of a relationship is that? What kind of a friendship is that? You have to have a friendship to have a relationship, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And yeah, you can have sex and with anybody, but like there needs to be a friendship there, you know?
Yeah, that's your
Um,
husband. That should be a much deeper level. I also have like a fucking problem with the fact that some people don't recognize that bodies change. You're not meant to have the same body that you had when you were 16 years old when
right,
you're 30 years old, nor are you going to have the same body at 30 years old that you are at 50 years old. Your hormones change, your metabolism changes. Sometimes there's medication involved. Sometimes life is there. Like, you don't go through life. Your body will constantly change throughout your life. And for
right.
this dude to expect for her to just continuously have the same body, fuck you, dude.
Also, what's that line, for better or for worse, right?
Uh huh.
Right?
In
Like, so,
sickness and in
and in
health.
health, right? So at the end of the day, if somebody gains a little bit of weight, you're gonna tell them that you're not attracted to them anymore. You can't have sex with them anymore. Shit, man. What do you call it? Be like, get on board. I'll work it off you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what's wrong
Well,
with you?
the thing is with this one, this person is probably already feeling a lot of things because they have to be on medication. So
Right.
that's probably already taking a toll on themselves and their self esteem. And
Mhm.
then to have their husband say that to them, like,
Yeah,
where's the support?
not
This
cool.
person has to take medication for I don't know for what, but
Right.
clearly they need it or they wouldn't be on it.
Yeah, no, it's not cool. And what do you call it? Yeah, and that's it's just it makes no sense to me. Again, like what's the what so and I think we've had something similar to this on as well that we talked about it and it just irked me
Oh, it
then
was
too.
the wife that said to the husband that she didn't want to have sex with him unless
Right.
he lost weight.
So
And so he,
maybe we should match them up so this way they can support
oh,
each other. You know what I mean?
uh-huh,
That's
uh-huh.
just wrong, man. That's
Yeah.
messed up. So, it is what it is. What do you call it? People are never going to change. People are disgusting and it's a sad sad thing and I'm sorry. I am sorry and speaking for men everywhere, I am appalled that somebody would treat you like that.
Yeah,
Especially
it's messed up.
somebody you think would care and would want to support and love and that's just I it's disgusting you
Dude,
know
if my husband came to me and was like, "Oh, you put on a little bit of weight. I'm not attracted to you anymore." I'd be like, "Get the fuck out then."
yeah, get out.
Bye.
Bye see ya you know
Yeah.
no not cool not cool
No,
anyways what do you call it all right you want to move on to the next one
I do.
I have nothing more for this asshole.
Yeah, sorry. Your husband is a piece of shit, and I am so sorry that you have to deal with that. I mean, it probably there's more issues going on underneath there. So if you have even the inkling that you're like, maybe this isn't the right relationship for me, it sounds like it might not be.
Right, agreed.
Okay.
All right, you're up.
This one says, oh, I love this one, by the way. I live next to a nursing home, and you would be in utter shock how often they get busted having sex in random places outside. I
What?
am friends. Yeah, I am friends with one of the nurses there, and the stories she tells are hilarious. One of my neighbors had to kindly remind some people that she has security cameras and that they should pick a different spot to be intimate.
Oofa. Oofa. Wow. So you got these old ass biddies showing their old ass titties out with the old men in their
And
old
their
ass
wrinkly old
wankers.
balls.
Yeah, the balls, man. Oh God. I am not looking forward to being older and having my balls. I mean, my balls are
Are you kidding?
already
They sound like
huge.
they're having the time of their life.
Yeah, but like they're probably half of them are dragging them across the lawn to get there. You know what I mean?
And you know what? If they're dragging, then they're dragging, you know? And just might as well drag them across her face, you know?
Oh, listen,
Dayna. Dayna.
Dana. There's what do you call it? You know what? This doesn't shock me, especially because what do you call it? I'm gonna say that there is an aunt that is what do you call it in the family that apparently has messed with a couple of ding dongs in
Uh-huh.
in that place.
Yeah.
I don't really see or speak, you know what I mean, but I've
Yeah.
heard the stories and I'm just like, wow. Okay,
I'm like, get it. Get
Yeah.
it. Why not? You are in an environment where I mean, if you still got it, get it, right?
I mean, okay. I mean, yeah.
I mean, maybe in a
To a
more
certain extent.
private
But in a
place.
private place especially, like they're out there banging on the lawn. I mean, nobody wants to see, two old ass people banging on the lawn.
Yeah.
Watching them raising squeeze together. It's just
Oh
not
boy.
fun. You know what I
Oh
mean?
boy.
Like, yeah, no, it's not good.
Maybe that's a new genre that we're unaware of. Maybe there's a genre of geriatric porn out there.
And that is actually a thing, by the way.
Is it? Oh my God.
Yeah, do not want to even think about that. But yeah, it's been a thing.
Oh, wow.
It's what is it? Internet rule number whatever. If you could think it, there's porn of it.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? That totally makes sense to me.
Yeah, the internet. It's the internet rules. Have you ever read that? The rules of the internet?
No.
Oh, you're gonna have to read that at some point. What do you call it? It's it's the rules of the internet. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up real quick so I can tell you which one. Yeah, because the rules of the internet, a loose collection of rules and aphorisms spawned by 4chan. This was years and years and years ago, and it's actually very very true. Um, what do you call it? Let's see. Anything. Let's see. I want to see if I can find. Let me see. Control.
The porn one.
The porn one specific. The porn one specific because uh, there is porn of it. No exceptions. That's number 34.
Yeah.
Number 34. I knew it was 30 something. There. What do you call it? There is porn of it. No exceptions. Number 35. If no porn is found at the moment, it will be made.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Number 40,
guarantee it.
Number 46. There is always furry porn of it.
Yeah.
Because 45, when one sees a lion, one must get into the car. 46, there is always furry porn of it. Yeah, yeah. What do you call it? Crazy. It's yeah. One day you got to sit down, just look it up, rules of the internet, and just read through it. It's pretty freaking funny. What do you call it? There's a lot of it that you just shake your head and go, yeah, that's true.
Oh my God, I
Um,
love it.
Always question a person's sexual preference without any real reason. Number 28, always question a person's gender just in case it's really a man. Wow. What do you
I
call
don't
it?
think they're going to tell you though if they have an agenda. It's you know.
Internet rule number 29. In the internet, all girls are men and all kids are undercover FBI agents.
True that.
It's true.
True that. You do not want to be getting lemonade from Chris Hansen.
There you go. Number 18, everything that can be labeled can be hated.
True.
What do you
Also
call
true.
it? Yeah, like just yeah, you just got to sit and take the time to read it.
I'm gonna have to go look that up. That it
Yeah.
sounds exactly like what I need.
Yeah. It's 47 of them. It's what do you call it? Just yeah. Yeah. Anonymous never forgives. Anonymous is a legion. What do you call it? Like just there's so many different things in here, and it's old and it still holds true. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Anyways,
And it's
what do you
probably
call it?
gotten worse, and then they've made more porn of it.
And they've made more porn of it. It was funny. We were talking about it on Grindhouse a long time ago, and we were like, "What do you call it? Yeah, somewhere there's probably Grindhouse porn, and if there wasn't before, there is going to be now."
Yeah, you put it out
like,
there. You
I was
put
like,
that idea into existence.
yeah, it was not good. Shouldn't have said it. What do you call it? But we will not manifest anything into the world with any of that stuff, including us. All right, let's get to the next one. You ready for the last one?
I am ready.
Okay. Winters are cold here. One time, after finding out my lady was cheating on me, I got very inebriated and peed on all of her car door handles. They all froze shut. I heard later from a friend that she ended up being late to work that day after already being written up for being late in the past, and they fired her. Way back before the Ring doorbell could rat on you, thankfully. Wow. Okay. In all fairness, and I'm going to put this out into the world. My mother, but the house is now sold and everything after she passed away. I took care of all that stuff, but the neighbors next door were, they had kids. They were younger. My mother wasn't able to go out and move cars. She wasn't able to go out and shovel.
Right? Yeah.
She was not in good shape. And what do you call it? And I was out on the road. I wasn't necessarily around. And what do you call it? They used to take, like, when it would snow, huge snowstorms. They would go over, and before anybody could get over and take care of her shit, they would go over and they would use their what do you call it, snow plow or the shovels and plow their whole side onto her side, onto her side. So she couldn't even get out of the garage if she had to leave for an emergency. Nobody could get in. By the time I would finally be able to get there, everything was like frozen. So it pissed me off so much. I would go and I'd piss on their door handles, just like that. I'd piss on their door handles in the freezing cold, and I would freaking piss all over them and be like, "You want to act like a fucking asshole? Now I'm going to treat you like an asshole." And I let them say something to me.
Not where I expected that to go.
Yep, and that was after I threw when I was able to get the shit up because I would be so pissed. I would muscle that shit out and I'd throw it all on their side. I'd throw it
Oh
right
my
back on their
God.
side, and I was like, if this shit happens again, there's going to be a problem. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. You know, like
Who knew
don't
that
fuck with
pissing
me.
on door handles was a thing?
The thing. It's a thing. What do you call it? You know, but I pissed all up in and on that shit. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was and I did it on multiple occasions because
Oh my
I was
God.
so pissed and I did it on both cars. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Don't fuck with me. You fucked with my mother. That's not cool. You know what I
No,
mean?
that is definitely not cool.
These are the
It makes me
same
very grateful that we don't have freezing weather here.
These are the same. Well, you're not an asshole. These are
That too.
the same shitheads that had my number, had my house number, my cell number, and when after my mother had passed away, and what do you call it, saw water pouring out of the house, and decided not to call and tell anybody until the water people came to shut the water off,
Oh
saying what's
boy.
going on here, and they came out and said, "Oh yeah, we saw water pouring out for days, but we didn't know what was going on." So you don't call anybody. So that's why the house was destroyed, and I couldn't move, and I
Ah,
couldn't get the money for it that I would have been able to get for it. Those people cost me
bummer.
a shit ton of money. Yeah, not a good thing. I don't know if I ever told you that story,
Yikes.
but
No.
that's the kind of assholes that they were next door, and they were. Meanwhile, good church people, and they had
Oh yeah, it's
nuns
always the
living
good church
downstairs,
people.
but you're going to act like that. You know what I mean? Go fuck yourself, assholes.
Yeah. Well, it
And
sounds like they deserved the P door handles.
yeah, and I don't feel bad about it at all.
Like
Not
clearly,
not
because you
not
just
one
were loud
iota.
and proud about it.
Not one iota. And you know what? I would do it again. And you know
Yeah.
what? Even now that it's the house has been long since sold for years now. I would still love to go back and just piss on their door
Just
handles,
take a road
just
trip.
to do it, just to do it, and be like, "Here you go, you pieces of shit." You know what I mean? Like,
Uh,
that's just it's just wrong because that's
yeah.
the kind of people that they are. They're not going to change. They're just pure assholes. You know what I mean? So I hope that whoever moved in next door to them are the worst freaking neighbors on the planet. You know what I mean? Assholes.
You're like,
So
excuse me, as you're selling the house, are you in a cult? No? Are you sure? Are you sure
yeah.
you're not in a cult? Would you like to start a cult? I think you
Well,
should start a cult.
well, because of what they did, and because again I didn't know that a pipe had burst, so the
Yeah.
house was destroyed because it was leaking and pools in the house for
Oh,
over a
yeah.
week.
Yeah, that'll
So
do
it
it.
was so they basically I had to sell to a developer because
To
I couldn't
rebuild.
to rebuild because I couldn't do
Yeah,
anything.
totally.
You know what I mean? And the cost to and the insurance, of course, didn't want to do anything.
Yeah.
Oh well, we can't do anything about floods, and you were irresponsible. You didn't do anything. I said I didn't know. I was not home. I was out on tour because
Yeah.
people they don't give a shit about people, and if you're away on business, you're who cares,
Well,
right?
insurance companies, especially, all they want to do, they want to take your money and then they want to keep your
Yeah,
money. They don't want to pay out anything.
yeah, assholes, man. Very,
Yeah.
very big assholes. Anyway, so back to this person. Look, he was wronged. I don't blame him for peeing on the door handles.
He was upset. He was upset. What's funny to me is that
No
she
harm.
she already had a history of lateness, clearly, if she has already been written up for being late. And then I mean, that's some karma right there. They were like, well,
Right.
now your door handles are frozen. You're late again. And now you need to look for another jobby job.
Yeah, yeah. Good. Asshole. What do you call it?
Instant karma.
Instant karma. Instant karma. It's funny because what do you call it? Some people don't believe in that kind of a karma, but the karma's there. Karma
It
will get you.
exists. I
It
think it
exists.
exists.
It will
There are
bite you in
times
the
where I
ass.
get instant karma where I will, like, I don't know, say something, smart ass to my husband, and then I trip over something and spill my coffee everywhere. And I'm like, ugh, instant karma.
Oh, not the coffee. What the coffee ever do? Oh,
Right? Damn
no,
it.
that's not fun. What do you call it? Yeah, no, I can't. here's the thing is, if she was doing stupid things and it's like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
That's
That's
right.
all. I can't with that. And then the fact that he was inebriated and did it is sad because you should want to remember something like that in full
Well, he
full
does remember.
cognizance. No, but full cognizance. I mean, I had thought a couple of times about maybe I should just take a dump on the hood. You know what I mean? Just drop a deuce squat on the front of the car, right on the hood, like where
Mhm.
it will freeze and you have to clean it off. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just let it, like, but that's what, or take a dump on the front of the car or on the window, right?
Uh-huh.
And then cover it with snow. So when they go to wipe it off, it's all over them. You know what I mean? That would have been a good idea.
Oh,
Is that?
God.
Listen,
Well,
you
I'm
should
glad
like
you
this
didn't.
stuff. This is petty revenge. You should like that stuff.
Listen, I love some petty revenge, although I do think that petty revenge, for it to be good for me,
You have
there
to see
can't
it.
be any jail time associated or like charges pressed. Like
No,
it
for taking
has
a
to
dump on a
be.
car?
Oh, you will
No.
absolutely. Yes, you will. There was a girl that just got. There was a girl that took a dump on her professor's desk, I think it was. She got charges pressed against her.
Okay, taking a dump in a school on a desk, probably with people around or video cameras watching. Of course, you're gonna get nailed for that.
But I think
It's a
her car would also qualify. It's
if somebody
trespassing for
if somebody
one.
caught you, if somebody caught you.
Yes,
See,
yes.
and I was able to do the stuff that I did because it was a shared driveway. See what I'm saying? So, what do you call it? It was a shared driveway. So, like, I could
And
do
probably
whatever.
before, was it before the Ring camera and all of that stuff
Oh yeah,
also?
yeah. It
Yeah.
was before all that. But again,
Before they could tell on you.
even if this is so long ago. I mean, there's a statute of limitations.
Yeah, yeah.
But regardless, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have even cared if there was a ring. I would go there now and piss on their car just because they're assholes. Is that so wrong? Is that wrong? I
I
just,
mean, time has passed. I think maybe it might be a little wrong at this point.
you just want me to let it go, don't you? Dad?
Yeah.
Just let it go. Just let it go, Brim. It's all right. Woosa.
Woosa.
Woosa. Well, listen, my mother was not able to take care of herself in a lot of different ways, and I think that to treat somebody, they had two kids, that were younger guys that could like instead of leaving, she was having a hard time keeping up with the house, go over and volunteer, be like, hey. Can I do
Shovel your
driveway?
driveway or
Can I help
yeah.
you shovel your driveway or can I help mow the lawn or something?
Right.
My
Yeah.
mother probably would have given him a couple of bucks for it too. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because we know that your son and your grandkids are not here. They're in a couple towns away, and sometimes it's hard to get over. Listen, you don't have to deal with snow. Well, you did though when you were in Pittsburgh. But what do
Yeah.
you call it? See, I got it right a second time. What do you call?
He's
What do you
learned.
call it? But you've got enough snow. You got enough snow. You sometimes you can't get out. You can't even leave to go and help. So by the time you shovel yourself out, then to go a few towns away, it's not so easy. People that don't live in snowy areas don't get that. So
Yeah.
to have my kids would go 3 or 4 doors down, and they would check on the old woman that used to live there, and they would shovel the whole driveway for her and just say, "Hey, just wanted to see if you needed anything,
Yeah.
and if you need us, we can go to the store for you. We do whatever." And she, oh, thank you. Here's take some money. No, it was on us. Just wanted to make sure that you were okay. That's
Yeah.
called a good upbringing, and that's called appropriate. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
well,
saying?
that's community, and that's a beautiful
Yes.
thing to see. I really, really love that.
Yeah.
Not everybody does that, unfortunately. Especially,
No.
here's the thing: in the United States, especially, we are not. We no longer like other countries where there's community and people checking on each other and stuff like that. We're a little different here,
Yeah.
a little bit,
Yeah. Agreed.
a little more
Agreed.
selfish.
Agreed. But I've always, if it was somebody old, I check on them. You okay? Is everything all right? Hey, I have friends who are in the industry,
Mhm.
big players on the industry, and I'm friendly with their mothers. You know what I mean? And I'll check in on the moms.
Yeah.
Hey, with a call. Hey, just wanted to check to see how you're doing. Is everything all right during pandemic time? You kidding me?
Mhm.
I would make sure. Hey, Just want to see if everything's all right. See if you needed to talk to anybody. If you need anything, I can Amazon something over if you need it. Like
Right. Yeah.
that. But because other people are so in depth, with their work. Just like I was in depth with my work, and I couldn't spend all the time with my mother that I would have liked to have spent before she went.
Yeah.
So not to get heavy on the show, but it's true. And so when somebody disrespects your family,
you
know what
pee
I
on
mean?
their door handles.
You piss on their fucking door handles. Right?
That's right.
Right? Okay, thank you. So from now on, if somebody disrespects your family, you, Dayna, must go piss on the door handles.
It's going to be more difficult for me, but I will
Get the pee-wee.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll do one of those. I could just like lift I'm still flexible. I can lift my leg up. Maybe I don't know.
Just still flexible. I can still do it. Listen, I mean, I know women have to think outside the box when they have to pee.
Outside the box.
And what do you call it? I know you ladies could probably, with Snapple bottles, get all the pee in there without even having to flinch.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's talent. Like a guy can't do that. It's harder for a guy to piss in a bottle than people think. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got a little weenie and you can stick it into the hole altogether. Which it's just not the case. At least for me. But what do you call it? Like you could do so. You could actually like direct it and get right where you want because you probably have perfect aim. That's
or
why
might I suggest a spray bottle? Just
well, men can't even get it in the toilet half the time. You know what I'm saying? You've got boys. The boy half the time they can't even get it in the toilet. It's all over the place.
Thankfully, I do not have to share a toilet with my boys.
There you go. But here, if you don't want to lift the leg and pee on it, you just pee in a Snapple bottle, no free ads, and then taking a splash, 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 splash.
Yep. There you go. Straight from the Dirty Little Secrets Club. If somebody disrespects your family, you piss on their handles.
Then it's like, I'm done with Brim.
I'm just glad that you're 3,000 miles away. I don't have to worry about piss on my door handle.
No, never piss Brim off if he's got to take a leak.
You piss him off, you get pissed on.
Nah, I would never do that to you. I never did it to friends. Even people that were enemies that had been friends. I never did it to them. But did that to my mother.
But these people specifically.
They did it. I did it to them specifically, and I might have done it to one neighbor at one point. I don't remember if I did or didn't. I'm still registered.
You fantasized about it at least.
I might have fantasized about it, but yeah. Anyway, that's about all the time we have for the Dirty Little Secrets Club this week, guys. What do you call it? We appreciate you. We thank you for sending in all your awesome secrets. We do appreciate them and keep them coming. Again, if you don't hear it on this episode, maybe you'll hear it on another episode. They get spread out, and what do you call it? Also, we do get a lot of them that are very, very similar in nature. So we do have to pick and choose sometimes. But again, keep sending them in. Keep sending them in. We appreciate it, and we will absolutely get to them as soon as humanly possible. What do you call it? Dayna, you want to give them the one rule of Dirty Little Secrets Club?
Yes, guys. The first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is to tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
Again, we appreciate you. We love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Rate, review, subscribe. Hit us up on all the social media, and we'll see you again, God willing, next week.
Follow me. Promised land. You think we want something from you? You got another thing coming.